Hey everybody, Lisa Davis here. I haven't been live in a long time, guys, and I'm excited to be with you today. This one's gonna be a little bit lengthier because I'm gonna do a full face tutorial for you today, just like I would when I'm doing somebody else's makeup. So we're gonna start with the eyes, but for those of you who might be joining me like, oh my gosh, who is this? This video just got shared. My name is Lisa Davis. I own Image by Lisa, also Kate's Place, and I am the creator of BADDASS Cosmetics, which launched last month. And we launched nationally today. So we are finally online as of 8 a.m. this morning. I haven't slept in probably 48 hours. Big launch, and I'm gonna actually use all of the products today. We're gonna talk a lot. I'm gonna share with you a little bit about the brand story and try and give you a tutorial at the same time. So our hands are full, so let's just get started. We're gonna start with brows. Now, I tell everybody that, you know, if you're at home and you're doing something really easy and fast, you don't have to start with your brows. But professionally, we always start with brows because if you do anything to the under eye to mess up the makeup we've already done, let's just say you sneeze or something like that, after we've already done your face and you get something underneath your eyes, we have to clean it up, and that's never fun. So we want this to be a really clean process, and feel free to ask your questions because I see that questions are already coming through, and I'll navigate those later tonight too and just continue to answer. But what we're using first is BADDASS Brow Gel. Right now I'm offering it in 3 colors, brunette, warm brunette, and deep brunette. This is my favorite like out the door hack because I don't have a lot of brow, and so for an easy, simple girl, I need to get out the door, this is your best bet. You just brush it through lightly. I teach people not to press too hard. You don't want it to touch the skin as much as you want it to volumize the brows. It is very volumizing, so it separates the hairs, which is important for me because I've got thin, very transparent hair. This is great for those of you who are losing brows or they just don't show up. It's also great as a root touch-up, so you can come up here and just touch up your roots if you're going gray or if you have white hairs. But to get out the door fast, this is going to be your best bet. And then I did not bring on everything right off the bat. So if you go to the website today and you're like, oh my gosh, Lisa still doesn't have blah, 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 whatever it is. We started very simple. And, you know, the whole reason that I started very simple is because most of the women that I come in contact with every day who are badasses, right? They don't have a whole lot of time, and they're not particularly makeup enthusiasts. They are CEOs, they are attorneys, they are judges, they are political figures, and they really don't have a lot of time for 20 different eyeshadow colors. They just want a few really good colors that are gonna work every day. So they don't need a blue eyeshadow, right? They just need good neutrals and maybe a brown eyeshadow and some good everyday lipsticks. Funny story, somebody said the other day, where's your hot pink? I've had a couple people reach out, where's your hot pink? And, you know, I thought to myself, in 20 years of being in the beauty industry, I will bring in a hot pink eventually, but guess what those hot pinks normally do on my shelves? They sit there. So most women want, you know, neutrals, light colors, something they can wear all the time, very wearable colors. And so that's why I started with very wearable colors. I brought in 10 lipstick shades that took me forever to develop because I really wanted to find the perfect nude, the perfect berry, the perfect red. So the formula had to be just right. And of course, this process took a long time. It took about 10 months to really get the colors correct and the feel of the product. Okay, so I always tell people, you know, that you want to fill in your brows as they should be, not as they are. So this is what it should look like. It should be more like, you know, sort of angled, perfect. Now, this is fine for every day, But again, we're doing a full face today. I'm probably gonna do more like, you know, if you were doing a lesson with me, what we would do. Turn so the people on Instagram can see. So my 3-step eye is under, add a tail, add an arch, connect the arch to the beginning of the brow. Those 4 steps. Those of you who've done a lesson with me before, you've heard this before, but some of you might be asking, you know, and I still am hearing this, why? You know, why did you create your own line? You know, what's going on? And for those of you who haven't been following, or the algorithm has escaped you, because I know that happens, you know, I was with a cosmetic company for 12 years, and that company was called Beauty Control, and they went out of business 7 years ago, and I lost a lot. Don't need to go into detail, but my income, my team, everything I had built was gone. And I wasn't alone in that. There were a lot of people in the same boat. Okay, so I'm gonna build some girth here, right? Because that's where I need a little extra. Build the girth here. That's the last step, we're connecting. Anyway, so when they went out of business, I really went through a kind of a midlife crisis. I was broke. I had lost my career, and I kind of dabbled for a little bit and tried to figure out what was my next move. And as you can see, this is too strong, so I'm going to buff it out with my little pencil. And I am using L'Oreal's pencil because if I could not develop it more superior to what I felt was already offered, or if it didn't have some features and benefits that I felt like were superior, I haven't developed it yet. And that'll come later. And so again, just keeping it really simple. So at that point, I decided, you know, to start looking into some other companies and researching to figure out what their discount structure was, what they offered, who had the most variety of products as far as cosmetics go, especially since we have a beauty boutique locally. I'm a makeup artist. We now employ other makeup artists, of course. We've grown our business significantly over the last few years, the beauty business, and I landed with Arbonne, and I'm just buffing out, making it soft. And you know, it's crazy. I spend so much time doing the eyebrow and prepping the eyelid when I'm doing other people's makeup too, because this process kind of takes the longest, especially if you don't got nothing. I don't got nothing. I have to really build a brow. So I joined Arbonne. And again, this is after researching all the companies. There were people like, there were companies flying us out to places and wanted us to, you know, join them and bring our teams that way. Those of you who are on here remember that season, maybe you can chime in with some memories, but it was like such a really confusing. I'm using the Badass brow gel again, just to buff them up. And you know, this is what's really on trend, is this like buffed out, really like bushy, separated, pretty brow. And it might look like a lot right now, but remember, we have no other makeup on, so it's gonna come together, trust me. But anyway, I researched. I didn't want to jump into anything really fast. It took me a while. Everybody else had kind of made a decision. Here I was kind of sitting out here, not sure what I was doing with my life. And I had just had Ford. I am using, which color did I pick up? N55. Okay, so this is like a very medium neutral concealer. It's called Touch Up Veil. It's on the website. I brought in, you know, 4 colors so far. I'll develop other colors later, but again, gotta keep it simple. This brush has been so difficult to find, even as a makeup artist, that we developed our own, and it's not online yet, but we will have it online soon. It is a sable concealer brush. The reason we like to use it is because you can really shave and sharpen, not shave, but like sharpen the edges of the brow. And so we're gonna prime the entire eyelid with concealer, and this is a non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. Makes you look younger, it makes you look more awake. I do it every day, no matter how much time I have. but I don't do it like this. I usually use my beauty blender. Today I'm using this because I want you to see how normally if I was doing your makeup like in a professional sense, like if you were at my boutique, I would do it like this. Okay, so I joined Arbonne. They had the most variety. They had nutrition and skincare, and they had cosmetics. And of course, cosmetics was the major driver there because that's what I needed. And loved it. Loved the cosmetics. And you know, I feel like people are they're moving translucent powder from the BADDASS Cosmetics line. I'm using a wedge to just set that concealer in place. And I'll talk about our translucent powder here for a second. It comes in a jar. I just dispensed it in the lid of my product. Thank God I shaved my arms last night. Sometimes that could go weeks. Anyways, triple milled, completely matte, and completely 100% clear, which is super important. It's very light and it's great for people over the age of 40. So you can already tell the difference between the two eyes. You really want to neutralize all the darkness, brown spots. You get me. Makes you look younger. Okay, so we're gonna look down again and do the other side. People are moving towards a clean product philosophy. You guys know that I am very big into health, nutrition, exercise. I loved the culture of, you know, cleanliness and taking care of ourselves and what we put in our body and what we put on our skin. That's important. And it was awesome. And I am still with Arbonne. I earned the Mercedes, of course, and have enjoyed my journey there. But then a year ago, Arbonne announced that they would be getting rid of their makeup. And that threw me for a big loop because at the time, I want to say, you know, I was selling a lot of makeup. Like when I launched my own product line, I found out that I was in the top 10 globally for Arbonne for sales. And that is not because I think I was even looking at it. It's because I love makeup. And I love to share with people. And I love to teach people how to do their makeup. And so selling for me was never about a number or anything like that. It was just, I love glamour. I love makeup. God made me this way. I like to teach people. And that brought obviously a large following and then subsequently the sales. I didn't go to conference because I was struggling with, what do I do now? I mean, now I'm losing my income again. Tanked. Okay, so I just used, again, the milled translucent powder, but it is offered in pressed form. I do love a pressed translucent too because it's less messy, especially when you're traveling. So when you go online, you can toggle between the two. Eyeshadow. So we're completely primed and ready, right? Got our brows done, our concealer's done on our eye. We can move to eyeshadow. I'm gonna use a very big puffy brush. I only did one eyeshadow palette for now. And again, the reason is this brand is really not about me. It's about my customers. And when people ask about why I named it this or are offended by it, I'm like, well, maybe you're not the person that's supposed to be buying it because my people, you are baddies, badasses, right? Okay, so you don't got time for 20 colors. We've got time for 3. And most likely you are using the same colors that you've been using for the last 10 years because that's how most of my customers are. Most of my clients that come in, they're like, here's my palette that I've had since middle school. And I'm like, let's toss that. All right, so we're gonna use the medium, the middle color from the trio. So when you go to eyeshadow online, that's the only color that's offered. We're gonna use our big puffy brush and we will be getting more into the brushes later. All right, but right now I have 3 brushes that we've developed and they're online and I'll show you how to use them in just a moment. Okay, so big circles, right? And if you only have time for one color, ladies, this is the one color to use. Just one. Uno, right here up in the crease. Do your swish, swish, swish. Windshield wiper right here. And you know, maybe I'll take it a step further just because you guys are here. but you want it to be really buffed out, really pretty. Okay, so like even for headshots, this is generally what we'll do, is just do like one color. I always start on the outside of the eye because wherever you put the brush first is where the most amount of product will always deposit. So I always start on the outside. So yes, so Arbonne got rid of all of the makeup except for a couple things. And for those of you who love that brand, I'm still carrying the foundation and the CC cream because honestly, those have been the two most difficult things to develop, and that will come after the new year. I'm gonna just wait on that. Still selling it, still love the formula, and we're actually about to use it. But again, the whole reason I love the brand is because of the clean philosophy. So it was important for me to create something that also shared that same clean, higher standard in the beauty industry. So there's the middle color. You like it? Okay, that would be the one color. One color every day. Okay, another option though is you can always use your bronzer as your eyeshadow. We brought in two so far, and I think I'm gonna leave this pretty simple. We've got a lighter color that's called Golden Goddess, and the darker color is called Gingerbread. Bronzers are so smooth. The nice thing about these powder products is they're buttery soft. So when you put your finger in it, you're like, oh my gosh, completely matte. So you could just use your bronzer and sweep that into your eye. I don't know if you follow on my stories, on my Instagram stories, but I talk about stuff like this a lot. The other day I was saying, you know, it's a little warm for me. I like to keep things a little on the cooler side, but if I'm looking for a bronzy, glowy look, I will for sure use the bronzer for the whole look. It's simple, it's easy. You can even line your eyes with the bronzer, and we'll use these later, but there's two colors. Even though I'm darker, I'm still using both because some days I just use the lighter to lightly contour and it's not quite as warm toned. And then some days I go to the dark, so it just depends. But let's go back to our eyeshadow palette, and we're gonna use the darkest color here, which I love having a nice, simple, deep, dark brown. And the reason is you can use it as an eyeliner. Trying to find, oh, here's the brush. Sorry, girls. So we could do the soft wing that it's trending right now, just in case you are unaware. The girls at the shop like to keep me very up to date on what's trending. And we're going to just develop the outer corner just a little bit. And again, this is not a step you have to take every day. You know, you could have stopped at the previous step, but I'm going to just deepen my outer corner. And as you can see, I'm looking down slightly because I want to be able to see my outer corner. If you look at the mirror, you can't see crap. You have to really open up your territory so you can see what you're doing. Anyway, so I was able to develop all of my products according or higher to EU cosmetic standards. And for those of you who aren't aware, and I know probably not because most people who aren't in this industry have no idea, but in the US, you know, cosmetics and personal care products are very unregulated. We have only banned around 13 different harmful chemicals in product, whereas the EU has banned more than 1,300. And so I felt like I needed to develop a product line that was comparable to that. And so I am completely EU compliant, free of parabens, harmful chemicals, no chemical fragrances. So when you do purchase like the lip glazes and the lipsticks, you're gonna notice that we used a light vanilla scent. So it smells like lightly cupcakes almost, like cupcakes. And it is essential oils. So everything that you might, you do smell anything like, there's no scent in the powder products, but like the lip products, when you put it on, if you have sense that light scent, it's not a chemical fragrance, it's a essential oil. All right, I'm just blending it out. And again, this is heavier than what I would do normally, but we got this. It's gonna come together. I'm just using my big puffy brush and I'm doing my swish, swish, swish to blend. All right, now you can use the lightest color here, which is matte, or if you wanted to, you could go with the shimmer. I don't have my flat brush in front of me, so I think I'm just gonna go back to my concealer brush. And I'm gonna go back into this light color here, and I'm gonna use it on the inner eye, and then we'll just go ahead and start on the lashes, because I know you guys wanna get to the face. So, we talked about the cleanliness. I'm still with Arbonne. I wanted to stay, like I said, pretty simple. So when you go to the website today, let me just give you some information on how to get there. We are about 2/3 of the eye. So when you do the lightest color, you want it to blend seamlessly into the darkest color out here. So I did 2/3 here, 1/3 dark out here, and then of course our crease color. We're gonna pick up a pencil. The website is BADDASSCosmetics.com. This is our black eyeliner pencil. I do prefer kohl when it comes to using a pencil. Now, normally I would need a little bit more control over this, but since I'm on video, I'm gonna try and do this without a mirror. Like, usually I have a freestanding mirror, so we're gonna try this. I prefer kohl because you can sharpen it and it's super, has a super stay power. In fact, I was talking to a couple of our artists this morning because I was, doing makeup this morning. And it was so funny because both of us had the lip liners and eyeliners on our hand that we'd been sampling for customers. There we go. And they won't come off. The eyeliners, lip liners are like seriously smudge proof. And I am super picky about that because if I don't love a product, I will absolutely not sell it. And it was the same way with Beauty Control and Arbonne. I need a Q-tip, y'all. Where are my Q-tips? I messed up. If I didn't love it, or if I felt like it smudged, or anybody gave me negative feedback on it, nope, wasn't gonna sell it. And that happened with both of the mascaras. I would just, too much smudging, too much moving. So like I said, if I didn't feel like I could develop a superior product yet, I need more time, I need more research, I need more time to dig in and dig deep into this process of developing product and manufacturing product, then I didn't do it yet. And so I brought in brow gels, but like no brow pencils. Again, it's not just about the formula, it's also about, like, you know, if the packaging wasn't right, or maybe it was too stiff of a product, or it wasn't soft enough, or we weren't able to get the formula just right. I was like, nope, never mind. We'll revisit this. Let's do what we've got down pat. I'm gonna use my trusty $5 mascara. And again, here's the other thing. You know, everybody's got a variety of products in their bag. No woman is loyal to just one brand. And I know I'm ranting right now because I'm doing makeup and we got some time to waste, so we're not. But, you know, I don't like that within the industry, that you are outcasted if you cheat on your product line. Get real, people. You know, even when we do makeup at the studio, I train my artists that we're gonna recommend whatever works. Even if it's something we don't sell, we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna recommend it, and we're gonna use it, because it's not realistic for anybody to use only one product all the time. Not every company is gonna be able to tackle or rock, you know, every single product. There's so many great companies out there, and some of them have a fantastic concealer, some of them have a fantastic mascara. This is Lash Essence. I'm sure all of you have seen it on, you know, TikTok and Instagram. It's $4.99, and now it's sold at Target. I really do need Q-tips, but whatever, we are going to keep going. We're gonna use, my lashes are already had been used. And so what I usually do is just pick the glue off from the last time I used it. This is how you do it, by the way. Some of you might be watching and seeing this for the first time. These are already trimmed to fit my eye completely. And so anyways, I don't feel bad about not having everything right off the bat. I think that every company is good for different things. They all bring value. And maybe that will come. Plus, I know a lot of you guys love the foundation I'm about to use, and I do too. So we're gonna use it. We're gonna put our glue on. This is Kiss latex-free glue. Oh boy. Okay. My neck, y'all. I have not slept. Okay, we're gonna put. I don't waste any time, so I go ahead, put the foundation while I'm waiting for my lash to cure. This is neutral beige. And we're about to do our highlighting and contouring, so don't go anywhere. I am on the cream products, and I freaking love them, so let's do it together. My beauty blender's wet. I wet it before we went live. Not locally developed, no. I see some questions. I haven't been able to look at questions. I'll look at them later, but no. There's no such thing as locally developed makeup. You have to find manufacturers and figure out formulas and have everything shipped, and you have to do the packaging and the branding and the formulas and make sure everything's right, and it's just crazy. This is a $4.29 by Ardell. It's a naked lash, and you could go smaller, but bigger is better. Bigger's better. But you know, that leads me into another good question, which is, you know, I've had people asking me, well, Lisa, why did you do this? Because here's the thing. Developing your line is expensive, it's timely, it was a learning curve. I've never done anything like this before. I've always sold another cosmetic line. What would motivate you just to do that? Why wouldn't you just pick another company and sell for them? There's a lot of great companies out there. I don't get it. So many people have reached out. Oh, you'd be great with this, or you'd be great with that. Are y'all ready? Y'all want to hear my soapbox? Do you guys really want to have some therapy with me right now? Do you really want me to go there on this? Should I answer this live? There's a little booger in my lash, a little glue booger. Got it out. Okay, are you ready? And the reason for that is so many reasons, but I didn't want this to happen again. There's number one. I have built a huge business with two different companies who both decided to get rid either of their company or their product line completely, like completely. I've never quit anything. That pisses me off, you know? Pisses me off. But what happens, right, when things fall apart? You just figure out a way to make something beautiful again. All right, let's do it. So I didn't want to chance that again. You know, when you go with another company, they have the control. They have the control. Most of the time in the field, and this is just me ranting, so y'all just hold tight, you have no control. You don't even see it coming. You don't even know. Sometimes they don't even tell you why. You're just left to figure it out. Oh, okay. So you're getting rid of all of your makeup, and we're just supposed to go, oh, okay, that's cool. I'll just sell something else in your line when you sell $10,000 a month in their makeup. All right. I'm not being hateful. I am just being factual. Now, with this situation, we do know why. They told us, but the fact is, I just needed more control. I need to know that my product is here to stay. My customers need to know that my product is here to stay. My customers are so sick of falling in love with something and then it going away. I mean, can I get an amen for that? I can't tell you how many times a day I hear that. Oh, I used to love this color by Estee Lauder and now it's gone and I've searched high and low for it. I am bouncing this on my face and I like a full coverage, so I don't do a ton of sweeping. I do more of like a pushing. The other thing is, you know, when you sell for another company, I know, sorry guys, you guys just listen here, is they control what you can and can't say, what you can and can't post, how you can communicate, how you can sell your product. You can't sell it online, right? You can't have a Shopify page. You can't sell it in a retail environment. You can't even put it out into public so people can see it. Like if you own a retail store like me, that could be a breach of contract, okay? And so that wasn't gonna work anymore. All right, so let's talk about sticks. Okay, total diversion here. Let's go off on a tangent about cream products. I have 3 sticks. I'm in love with cream. I love to contour just a little bit every day. And yes, I do it every day, no matter what, even if it's a really simple, easy look. And we have 2 sticks, one that's a bronzer stick, one that's a contour stick. I'm gonna show you the 2 different colors. Bronzer, contour. You can see these are used well. Maybe I could do one on each side. And the sun just shifted. I'm sitting right in the window with absolutely 0 filter. So you guys are seeing the makeup fresh. But I'm gonna show you how much I use because it's not very much. Okay, now we're gonna do contour on this side. That way you can see the difference. Contour is more brown. Bronzer is more warm, like, you know, obviously yellow. So you can see the difference. You see? Brown. I'm sorry. Yeah, warm brown, deep gray brown. That's the difference between contour and bronzer. And we have them both. I will say I use them both interchangeably, and it just depends on the skin tone. If they are a light skin tone, I might use the light. If I have a darker skin tone person, I'll probably go more with the actual contour. Or, depends if I want to be warm today. Like if I really want to chisel my face and make it super sharp and the angle's super sharp, I might go with just the contour. And I do use it on my nose. And then we're gonna blend it, and we're gonna blend it. Okay, a little bit goes a long way. You don't need a ton. This is the Badass contour brush. It's on the website. We have only 3 brushes right now, but it is meant to be used with cream-based products or the stick. So you could use it to apply your foundation if you want to. But as you can see, I'm just brushing it into my hairline. So see how nice and pretty and warm that is, right? Same thing here. I usually aim for the top of the ear and come down slightly. And again, yeah, I'm doing it every day because cream has a little bit more staying power. I mean, when you do a powder product, you don't get that powerful contour. It's just not as sharp. You can't blend it out as well. I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but when you put on a powder product and then you go to do your blush and your contour and it looks patchy where it's kind of stuck to some of the wet areas still and it just looks like you didn't blend your makeup well, you can really prevent that by moving to more of a cream-based product. So now we're doing the contour side. So it stays really well, it's more pigmented, and it's really great if you have more mature skin. It's great for all skin types. Cream is trending. It's easy to use, but especially if you don't want to keep using powders and stacking powder on powder on powder because you don't like the way it cakes or feels on your skin, try cream. Surprisingly, since our launch locally last month, this has been a #1 selling product. In fact, the blush I'm about to use, we're almost out of again. Thank God another shipment's coming in today from our manufacturer because we are flying through cream blush. And it's because we're teaching people, okay, how to do this. It does not have to be complicated. I think that we all think it's for the young girls and for TikTok, and it doesn't have to be. So I usually use my fingers for my nose and I just blend it lightly. And then I'll use my beauty blender. So you see how I just kind of blended it right in with my middle finger. And then also this stays on all day and is much more powerful. One of the first things that blends when we do makeup professionally, because you guys know I'm still doing bridal every weekend. I'm never home on Saturdays. I'm always doing makeup. But I really try to only use creams because what fades fast on our brides or for special events is usually always like the coloring on the cheeks. And last little note about contour and blush. If you've ever had your makeup done by me or a professional and you saw the photos and you're like, dang, I look good. Why can't I do this at home? I would say at least 80% of the time, it's what we've done with coloring and shading your face. You don't take the time to do it for yourself. And when you do it on photos, it's just such a huge difference. And that's what makes the difference, honestly. That's what it is. It's always the shading, and it only takes a couple minutes, and it only takes a little product. I know today it's lengthier because we're spending all this time together, but this is called Play It Up. It's our cream blush. I'm gonna go right on my cheekbone here and then blend down. This color is just so perfect, and I was so picky about all my blush colors and lipstick colors because they had to be something that most people could use. Again, badasses don't have time to shift through hundreds of colors. They need the best colors, that's it, and that's what they're gonna use for the next 10 years, right? So we're gonna use the same exact brush. Blush is trending. You can use more than ever right now. If you put it up on your cheekbone like this, which is kind of what I've been doing a lot lately, just because I want to have that like snatched, like, you know, everything I teach on the makeup lessons, everything should be going upwards. Like, we want to look younger. So even with the eyeshadow, I'm like, right here, blush is up. Okay, what do you think? Pretty, huh? Oh, freaking love blush. Love blush. It's like the step that is magic. Okay, so you probably noticed that I have not done my under eyes yet, and the reason is we're gonna come back and conceal there, and I want that to be the last thing, all right? So we've done our contour, we've done our blush, now we get to come back to the concealer. Okay, and if you're watching, you're like, okay, well, we're launching today, how do I order? You can go on BADDASS.cosmetics.com or, oh, it's so creamy, it's so pretty. Or you can go to Shop Badass Cosmetics to go straight to our shopping page. Oh, by the way, again, if you just tuned in, this is N55. This is our medium neutral concealer. And we're gonna use our beauty blender to blend it in. We have free shipping on $75 orders. Right now, we're just shipping nationally. This has been a huge learning curve for us. So once we get everything figured out, we will start to ship other places because we've had some of you ask. Here's what I was talking about. Coming up and kind of just, you know, making sure that you've cut off the eyeshadow right here and just come up, right? All right, using the beauty blender. We have two other concealer colors that are lighter than this and one that is darker than this. So we have a tan color. So if you are pretty tan, you might want to do that. But again, I'm using my beauty blender to come up, and I'm using the corner to really get into that corner. Don't worry, it's all gonna come together. It's funny when people watch the process, even during bridal, I think they must be freaking out inside their head. They must be having a heart attack right now. And a lot of times they are. I'm like, don't have a heart attack, just don't. It's all gonna come together and it's gonna look beautiful. Just be patient. It's coming. Okay, so I've just blended nicely. And oh, that concealer, y'all, it's magic. So pretty. Again, you don't have to use as much. We're doing a full face. I'm doing a face as if I was doing your makeup for a photo shoot or something like that today. Blending the side of my nose contour. Oh yeah, you see that sharp contour? Now this is what my makeup should look like every day if I did my makeup in my sunroom, but I've been bad and I've been doing it in my bathroom. So we're gonna go back to that translucent powder. This triangle is on Amazon. And if you go to my Amazon page, which is linked on my Instagram, then all of my recommendations for all of the brands and drugstore brands are there on Amazon. We have got it organized by lashes and powders and concealers and whatever. There, see how pretty and matte, just like pore minimizing, a true matte, translucent, triple milled powder is. So pretty. I'm gonna do the other side. So I make sure that anything that touches my face in the T-zone is a translucent powder, especially because I'm 45 years old and many of you are older, right? And you want it to be finely milled so that it doesn't lend to any kind of caking or feel too heavy. All right, so let's just say you could set your whole face with this if you want to, or this is where you could move into a dual finish powder. So those of you who used to love wet dry from Beauty Control, I developed a wet dry. It's called dual finish. You can use it wet, you can use it dry. You can use it as a foundation if you want to and not use liquid under it, or you can use it to set your liquid, which I'm gonna do around the edges. This is the warm yellow. We have 4 different colors on the website. Yeah, I know. You know, it's funny that you say that. Way older, I see mostly way older ladies every day. That is what we see on the weekdays, and then we get to see the young ones on the weekends. So I'm just dusting it on the rest to just set it. Let's return to the eyes for just a second. We're gonna use a teeny tiny little smudge brush. These are coming soon because I feel like these are really tough to find. And we're gonna use that middle color again, and I'm just gonna smudge it right under the eye. So I'm just gonna come under here and just smudge just to get a little dusty eyeshadow. You guys know that I don't like to see a blunt black eyeliner underneath. It's a no-no. Stop it. Don't do it. It makes you look older. And even if you don't think it makes you look older, it does, because everybody's looking at it going, that lady will just not stop. Who's gonna tell her the truth? I will tell you the truth. It's out of style. Stop it. People see that line coming before they see your eye color. Smudge some eyeshadow. You can use the darkest if you want to. Just go right onto the lash line if you like a little more definition under the eyes, like that. And okay, and then, all right, so for those of you who might be local, because today is our online launch, but if you are local, I'm in Tallahassee, Florida, we do have a pickup option offered on our online store. So you can just pick it up. Most of the time it'll be on the same day, especially if you order on a business day. The girls will put it out for you. They're there today, already fulfilling orders. Thank you to the most amazing badass team ever. There's my mascara. Does my eye look more complete now? Is it coming together? Oh, mascara. Mascara is the one thing that I would go to a deserted island with, because I know how you feel, blondes. If you're out there and you're blonde and nothing shows up, right? Nothing shows up on you. I feel the same way, and I'm a brunette, but it's because I have like transparent hair. I don't understand it. I have no hair in my arms. I barely have any hair in my arms. So mascara is like magic, right? Look how flawless. All right, we're gonna move to blushes. We have 2 colors. This is my favorite for bridal. I'm gonna say this looks scary in the package. Everybody who's tried it is scared of it, but then they try it and they're like, oh my gosh, I freaking love it. I can't tell you how many people that's happened to. We have a makeup artist that works in the studio named Linda. Many of you know her. She's older than me, 54. she tried it the other day. It was so funny. She was just playing around and she tried it, and I was like, you need to do that every day. Yes, the answer is yes. And she was like, oh my gosh, I was so scared of it. I haven't been using it on people. But once I tried it, I was like, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. And peony pinks are really trending. That's why I wanted to develop a color that was like bright, you know, bold. And so I am using it interchangeably, but I do go over with a little powder because I like it to be super flushed and very bright. Now, this is called Cheeky, okay? Cheeky is a little more peach, toned down pink. That's available as well. So there's 3 blushes: Peony Pink, Cheeky, or Cream Blush, which is called Play It Up. I used 2 of them. I might as well use 3. I'll use Cheeky now. And I do that. I like to dip in all kinds of things and just use both. But all right, so there's face finished. Y'all, I wish that I could do my hair. Like I legit cannot do my hair. It's just too much with, I'll make the excuse of training schedule. If you want to work out and look good, makeup is the priority. Hair can be in a ponytail. All right, so how are we looking so far? Doing well? We have 5 lip liner colors. They, when you go online, I used a bubble to kind of show you what the colors look like on. A lot of times what I've learned with manufacturing makeup is what you see online looks nothing like what it actually comes. It doesn't come like it looks online. And I'm sure you've experienced that before. And that's why I created the line, because you can come in and sample it and not buy something that's wrong and then have to take it back. That's wasting time. Badasses don't have time to waste. All right. So what we wanted to do was in the bubble, really hone in on the color that it looks like on. And so look at the bubbles. When you go to BADDASSCosmetics.com and you go to shop, the bubble really shows what the actual color looks like. So when you look at the picture, it's really hard because photographing makeup's difficult. You know, I'm having to learn things that I never learned before, and photographing makeup, I didn't go to school for that. So I didn't do it, but we tried. And I really honed in on making sure that people could tell what the color is. And also on the description, there's like a descriptive, I've kind of written what I think it is. So read that, because that really helps me when shopping for makeup, when I'm looking for the perfect blue based this, or I want it to be pinky neutral that, look there. But the liners are all beautiful. They're all very wearable, things that you could use all the time. Same thing with the lipsticks. Then we have 4 glazes. Glazes are not as sticky as lip gloss. They're a little more slick. So we'll put those on in a second, and then I'll talk about the vinyls. But this is Graceful lip liner. And like I said earlier, these are extremely waterproof. I sample on the back of my hands all day for people because they're walking in the store, and then 2 days later, I still can't get it off. That's how waterproof these are. If you like a nice nude pink, you will love Graceful. Or if you want it to be a little more brown, you'll love Satin. Make sure and follow our Instagram page, because we have in the highlights today and the Instagram story a color swatch of every single color, okay? And I have been posting videos of me putting on every color so you can see what it looks like on somebody who's more of a medium tone like I am. So this is Graceful. What I thought I would do though is put on Mulberry over it so that you can see what Mulberry looks like, because I've been wearing Mulberry a lot, again, because I'm tan. Mulberry. I like to always equate it to, like, if you love MAC, we love MAC, we love Urban Decay, we love all of it, we use everything, but MAC has a color, a lip liner that we buy all the time for bridal, and it's called Soar. And Mulberry reminds me so much of Soar. I was trying to nail that color, that perfect plummy liner color. What do you think? See, that's Mulberry. You would think it's going to be really strong, really deep. Nothing is like that. Even if you see it in the packaging, it's not like that. So I'm going to put on this one just because believe it or not, Fly Away looks like the scariest in the package because it's pretty strong looking, but then when you put it on, it's like absolutely stunning because it's very sheer. Fly Away was one of our best sellers. We sold out of this color fastest when we did our glazes. Then lastly, we have vinyls. Vinyls are basically a cross between a gloss and a matte liquid lip. I do not like matte liquid lips. I think they're too drying. I don't think they're attractive. I like a glossy, shiny lip. I think it's more, how do you say it? It's younger looking to have a glossy lip. And so the vinyls are a cross. I've been featuring these on the Instagram, and these are very slick, but also have a really powerful, they stay really, really well. Powerful stay power, I guess I should say. Anyway, look at how pretty those colors are. They're all very wearable, everyday colors. I would say probably the most popular has been Side Dish, maybe Rosy. Rosy has probably been the best seller. Sample it for you so you can see. Rosy, what you think? That's Rosy. It's a lip vinyl. But you guys, the lipsticks, oh. The feedback on the lipsticks has been amazing, which is so good to hear because they smell amazing, they stay really good. So that's Rosy. I'm gonna go over it with Fly Away, which is a lip glaze. Isn't that beautiful? Don't be afraid to go brighter. That's my other rule. You know, look at these Lip Lock, Fancy. Butterfly, it's a really pale everyday pink. It's so pretty. And then, okay, so lipsticks. Gosh, it's hard to even go there because there's so many great colors. Bella is our only frost right now. I'll go right over it. You won't be able to really tell now. But there we go, finished look. And we're gonna set it. Oh, I forgot my setting spray in the bathroom, so we'll just leave it. So the setting spray by Badass has a lavender essential oil in it. It smells fantastic. I usually will spray my whole face and then take my beauty blender and just push it in. For those of you who have listened to the end, thank you so much for joining me today. Remember to go to BADDASSCosmetics.com to shop and share this video. That really helps us, you know, especially local. I feel like people want to shop local more. They want a boutique feel. They want the service. I know I do. And again, that's why I called it Badass Cosmetics, because some women don't have time to drive all the way to the mall and park a mile away and go in and get sold something that they're never going to use by somebody who doesn't have a whole lot of experience. So our girls are trained really, really well. We believe that the boutique makeup experience is the future. I wholeheartedly believe that. We do expect to expand and offer possible future locations and expand the makeup line even further after the new year, but of course that takes a lot of work. But our goal is to save you time and money by picking the most beautiful colors so you don't have to shift through too many options. Because I know for me, even as a makeup artist, when I go to a big box chain, it's overwhelming. There's too many options. I'm waiting in line. I'm even buying the wrong thing because you really can't tell what things look like. So share the video, shop local, find us on Instagram at Badass Cosmetics. It's at Badass Cosmetics. And then when you order, tag us. We want to see that you're using the products. Tag us in your orders today. Some of you have already started doing that. Really, really grateful. It means so much to us. Tag us when you're wearing the products. We'd love to see it. And we want to feature your stories because this brand is not about the founder. It's about who we serve, which is the badass. All right. And that's why it was created, to really save time and money, make things simple again, make things local again. Of course, offer clean products, but really help the person who doesn't have a whole lot of time, a lot of energy to shift through 1,000 options. So that's why it was created. Thank you everybody for your support. So much love has come our way, and we appreciate you. So again, share this video. It will go on YouTube, but share it for a chance to win $100 in free makeup. We'll be checking that over the next 2 days, so keep sharing, and we love you. What do you think? Finished? Pretty? We like it? All right. Bye. Peace out, guys.